I've obtained some footage from the good old days of when you were a crappy sidekick to Carmelo Hayes.
Jerk, I need you to lock it in for me.
I am locked in, but... Whoa, did you hear that? Man, I think someone's chasing us. Hey, Mello, come on, let's go. Mello.
Take your shirt off. ¿Qué? With these arms, it looks like a hammock. Show some skin. A 5-year-old could take a nap. Let your body plancha. What's the big deal? Breathe it in. I'm the boss, and I say we take it off. Some of us got stretch marks, some cellulite. Some of us got both, and that's all right. We all got the same. What's that? That voice inside, yeah, voice. The fire that makes us survive. No matter what life throws our way, we can bend, we can dance, we can ricochet. When la vida gets hard, we know what to say. Real women have curves. Real women have curves.
Live from the Man Band Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you've tuned into the Generation Evolution for Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. I'm Blake.
I'm Christian.
I'm Mark.
And we're back. We're all back together. It's been over a week, and we're all back together. It's been a crazy week. Before I even say anything else, opening up the song, we're opening with the anthem. Real Women Have Curves, which is currently on Broadway. I saw it on Sunday on Mandy's birthday. This show is so underrated. This show is so fucking underrated. And this song is fantastic. They have to release 4 songs from the soundtrack. The whole soundtrack coming out in 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to the whole soundtrack coming out. But I'm not doing a trip report, but I'm going to talk about the show fest. This show is fantastic. It's funny. It's entertaining. It flew by. I didn't realize it was 2.5 hours. It flew by. It was great. It was entertaining. This song, I hope this song becomes an anthem. I really do hope it becomes an anthem with Broadway fans, because it deserves to be. I'm trying to, if I want to say the big spoiler with this song, I don't know if I want to or not. It's a big one, but I don't know if people listening to this show will actually go through the show. So I don't know. You know what I mean? But
right.
But if you ever watch One Day at a Time, Justina Machado from One Day at a Time is nominated for a Tony Award for this show. So that's pretty damn cool.
What you could do is real quick cut up like a little.
Oh, I'm gonna say real fast.
Put like a spoiler.
I don't have that on this. I don't have this on here, but I'm gonna say real fast. Spoiler alert! For those who have not seen Rolling on the Curve, this video is not anywhere. Out there. This song, our first line you hear is "Take off your shirt." This is a plus size Latina cast. Now, by the end of this song, is just wearing underwear. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. It was, and the way they did it was so well done and amazing for the story of the show. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. It was one of the most empowering things I've ever seen on stage. So it was absolutely insane. And the girl that lead the lead on here was her first Broadway show ever. Her first Broadway show ever. So absolutely incredible. So there you go. All right. That is
are you sure they're not doing it in Vegas?
No, Dad, don't make jokes. This is serious. This is actually, I'm being serious about this performance. This is for those who are in New York. I have a weird feeling the show's going to close before after the Tonys. Go see the show. You have to see the show.
Well, I know you just said no jokes, but I asked your first Broadway and you go in your underwear.
To have the confidence to be like your mother's size and do that is insane. Think about it that way. Think about the confidence you have to do that. And get a standing ovation for it. Like that's what the most. They literally there's a clip online of everyone doing a standing ovation, and every single show that's happened, it's absolutely amazing. And it's in the middle of the second act. It's not even like it's in the act. It's the middle of the second act. It's absolutely insane. It's great. So Real Vaquer, one of the best shows I've seen in a very long time. Go see it. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch. Hi everybody. We so what's weird here is that we have been together in like a week and a half. We have been together 2 weeks actually. We've been together 2 weeks. I want to thank these guys for doing Friday's show. There was supposed to be a Thursday show, but there was a storm and the power went out. So there's not much I can do about that.
I'm gonna say you weren't here, but I was here and I was hosting the show. So what happened was, originally, I couldn't get shit.
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
I couldn't get shit figured out down here.
Oh yeah, that's not important.
No, I'm just saying everything. This actually leads into why I couldn't get shit down here. So I went upstairs, finally got it working, finally get into the show, starts, intro, opening, power goes out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of how the show goes on YouTube now, unlike the old days, you need the internet to do the show. That's just how things work. You know what I mean?
So we had to do is wait the next day, and the power was out, but then it finally come back on. And heads up to everyone, if the reason why I was going fast in the show, I didn't say it, was because I was worried the power was going to go out again, so I wanted to get the show done as soon as possible.
That's completely reasonable. But good job, you guys. I give you guys credit, and we'll do it again in the future. You guys will run on the show again when I'm not here in the future. By the way, Dad, if you're ever wondering why I never let you guys do the show without me, because I didn't trust Sal as the host to run the show. I'm just being honest with you. I didn't trust Sal.
Okay.
And I knew you didn't. I knew you had trouble with the board. So we've had trouble with the board before. So I just didn't trust Sal. Just being honest here. He knows that. And he knows that. So
I forgot this is a volume switch.
Yes. So, but that doesn't help you. That just helps me with your hearing. But anyway, so let's get to some stuff. We have a lot to do today. We have 3 big shows to talk about this weekend. Well, 2 big shows and 1 TNA PLE. But we'll get through it all. Before we do that, we have a lot of news. We need to call it non-wrestling things first. 1 positive, 1 negative. With positive, so Christian, you're the young one here because I asked this question not because Dad knows what I'm talking about. So I want to know if you don't talk about. When I say the dream team, what do you think?
I go to something completely not what you're thinking.
Well,
of.
when you hear the dream team?
I go to Minecraft.
Okay.
There's a whole thing about that. That's
Well,
the
here's
first thing it goes to.
Well, what if I told you that there is thing called the dream team because it's named after something?
Tommy Dreamer. I don't.
No, nothing to do with wrestling. Nothing to do with wrestling.
Okay.
1992. The first time the NBA sent players to the Olympics, and it was called the Dream Team because it was the greatest basketball team ever put together. Legitimately, the greatest team ever put together. Like you're talking about, like mega all stars, one of the best teams ever put together ever. Well, that was 1992. 98, the NHL followed suit and sent players to the Olympics. Well, 2 days ago, it came out that the 2028 Olympics are adding a sport. In the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, they're adding a sport. And for the first time ever, we're going to have flag football at the Olympics. And it came out the other day that the NFL owners have approved a proposal for the NFL players to play in the Olympic Games this year in 2028 in LA. This is a very big deal. This is a very big deal. Dad, your thoughts on this move? This is a big deal.
It is a big deal, and I'm glad that the owners made this decision. My understanding is the caveat they put there is only 1 player from each team in the league is able to participate.
No,
or did they change that?
Nope, that's not what it was. It's 1 team per country. It's 1 player per team per country.
Okay.
Per team.
Well, you could have a player like say the Packers. They're gonna send a player to the Team USA, Team Canada, and like the Ukraine team.
Got it.
You can do that.
So 1 player per team per country.
That's how it's worded. And the training facilities have to be NFL quality. Which is completely fair. That is completely fair.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. So that's the big deal. And then it's going to go through the player association, but the players want to play. So obviously you're going to approve by the players association. So that's a big deal. 2028 NFL players will be playing the Olympic game. That's a big deal. Right?
So I look at this as this is going to be an aggressive form of flag football.
or it's people like the Pro Bowl game, but watchable.
Yep.
Oh, for you,
Yes.
you weren't here. No, duh. You weren't here for last time's show. What were your thoughts on the Miz for?
We'll get to wrestling in a minute. We'll talk about wrestling in a minute.
Okay.
We'll talk about
I just wanted to make
because
sure.
we have some non-wrestling stuff. So, let me finish this real fast, and then I'll answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
So I love this idea. I love the fact that they're doing this. To answer your question, I disagree with. Ask your question again. Ask your question again.
What were your thoughts on the Miz hosting American Gladiators? Correct.
Okay, so I completely disagree with that. With Mark, like 100% disagree with him. I heard you said, and you said you don't think that the Miz had the personality to host American Gladiator. Am I right? That's what you said.
The charisma and personality.
I disagree with you 150%. The Miz is one of the most. Miz is perfect for him. Like, this is absolutely perfect for him. He's got the charisma. He has he knows what he's doing, and you need an athlete like Adam Lee to run around and show off the events. You need that because you can't do it. Because the last American Gladiators sucked. The last one they did suck. That was the Hogan hosts.
Right.
Terrible. The good thing about Miz is that he's young enough to be able to run around and do all the stuff. He's young enough. He's only in his 40s. He's still young enough to do everything.
And it can look like he's having a lot of
and also know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's an athlete. He actually can do what he's doing. I think that's perfect for this show. I say this only because I didn't think Travis Kelce would be a very good game show host. And I loved him hosting Ready for a Fifth Grader. Like, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So, like...
See, that's a name that I could see hosting American Gladiators is Travis Kelce.
But he already had the game show. He already has one. He already has a game show. So, all right. One other thing I want to bring up here, this is sad, but normally we're not, okay, I want to throw this out there. We're not going to bring up every celebrity that dies all the time. We're not going to do this. Last week we did Sabu because Sabu was important to the wrestling business. This week, I'm bringing up somebody that's a legend in the entertainment world and the big deal. And that would be the legendary George Wendt. Passed away this week. Ironically, on the anniversary of the final episode of Cheers. I forgot to write his age down. He's
76.
Thank you, 76 years old. Wait, that's still really young. He did pass away in his sleep, at least, so that's good to know. Passed away in his sleep.
He got one last honk me before he went. He went me.
So I do have a little tribute video I want to play because we don't do this very often, but I do have a little tribute video because it's Norm and I have to. But I do want to tell a quick story. Dad, do you remember what the first Whistle Roll we went to? Whistle Roll 2019 in Chicago.
Yes.
There was a whole shitload of panels going on. Like, we went to a lot of panels that day.
Uh-huh.
And remember, I left you in the main room. I forgot what I left you to watch. And I ran over to another room to watch a wrestling panel. But for the wrestling panel, I didn't look at the schedule. I didn't realize what was going on. There was a TV Legends panel going on when I walked in. And one of the TV Legends was George Wendt. Did not know it.
Which one's
right in the middle? Right in the middle.
Oh, right in the middle.
Right there in the middle.
Yep.
Absolute legend. Hysterical. One of the funniest men I've ever seen. He was part of the Groundlings in Chicago. He did Broadway. She did Broadway. He did everything. So before I play this video, Dad, any words on legendary George Wendt?
All I can say is a wonderful human being, a wonderful actor. He did the character of Norm so well that when you had the one-liners that he didn't even show any emotion, didn't break face, didn't do anything, just deadpan right to it, and that's what made him and the character work so well for as long as Cheers was on. And
Show was on 11 years. Show was on 11 years.
Yeah, and then my understanding is a couple days before he was on a podcast with Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson, and he didn't show any signs of being ill, so it just happened out of the blue. But did you see what the bar in Boston Cheers did for Remembrance?
Mm-hmm.
Where the
I saw that. That was still open.
Yeah.
It's still open.
Yeah.
I do want to recommend a podcast, by the way. that I listen to actually. There's a podcast called Where Everybody Knows Your Name with Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson sometimes. That's actually the name of the show. That's actually the complete name of the show is Where Everyone Knows Your Names with Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson sometimes. But as someone that used to hold a podcast called The Blake and Sal Show with Mark in parentheses, I cracked up with the parentheses. I laugh at the parentheses.
Sometimes.
I was
and it fits so well.
Crack me up. The parentheses crack me up. But anyway, they actually just got done because they took a month off, and they replayed all of their interviews with Cheers cast members. They just happened to air an episode last week. So that was a cool surprise. That was a cool surprise to have that up there. So actually, go listen to that podcast. They're a fantastic interview. Fantastic interview over there. But you said it. What is norm for his norm? Walk into that bar.
3, 2,
and
1.
hear the montage that I put together. Thank you to people on TikTok. Stuff I found. And then also at the end of this is the last his monologue at the end of the last episode of Cheers. But before I even play this, I tried to play the Christian the importance of this show when it was on. And my best comparison to him was Big Bang Theory now was Cheers then.
Yeah, that would be a great analogy.
Isn't that perfect? Isn't that a perfect comparison? Like the Cheers finale is one of the top-rated non-Super Bowls on TV ever. I think it's like MASH, Cheers, and Friends have the top finales of all time.
What was the first one you said?
MASH, which is the legendary show that was on forever.
MASH?
Yes.
MASH,
It was based on the Vietnam War. It was a legendary show.
Oh, I thought you said either MASH
It was MASH. It was MASH. And then Cheers and Friends have the top finales in the history and some of the most watched shows not Super Bowl, not being a Super Bowl. So like that's how big of a deal the Cheers finale was. Like the Cheers finale is an hour and a half, but the night was 3 hours. That's how big of a deal that was that night. So and it set up the time slot for Friends and Seinfeld and all the shows to follow.
Yep.
So it was a big deal.
What's the saying?
Everybody knows your name.
No. Everyone walk. Cheers walk so.
Oh, Cheers walk so that Big Bang Theory can run.
Thank you.
That's pretty much what it was.
I was trying to. I couldn't think of the actual how to say it.
But anyway, so Dad brought it up. At the well-known thing is George would walk into the bar and it'd be Norm.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Norman?
About a beer, Norm? Hey, I'm high on life, Coach. Of course, beer is my life. How's life treating you, Norm? She caught me in bed with his wife. How's it going, Norm? Daddy's rich and Mama good looking. Norm? My nipples. It's freezing out there. Beer, Normie? Coach, I don't know. I had one this week. What the heck? I'm young. What would you say to a beer, Normie? Daddy loves you.
A little early for a beer, isn't it?
So, float a cornflake in it.
What do you say to a beer, Normie?
Hey, sailor. New in town?
Hey, what's happening, Norm?
Well, it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
How's life in the fast lane, Normie?
That beats me. I can't find the on-ramp.
What's going down, Mr. Peterson?
My cheeks on this bar stool.
For your draft, Mr. Peterson?
A little early, isn't it, Woody?
For a beer?
No, for stupid questions.
Hey, Mr. Peterson, there's a cold one waiting for you.
I know. And if she calls, I'm not here. Afternoon, everybody.
Sammy, I didn't want to say this in front of the others, but you know what I think the most important thing in life is? It's love. You want to know what I love?
Beer, Norm?
Yeah, have a quick one. You know, Sammy, I love that stool. If there's a heaven, I don't want to go there unless my stool is waiting for me. And I'll tell you what, even God better not be on it. You wouldn't dare. I don't think it matters what you love, Sammy. Could be a person, could be a thing. As long as you love it totally, completely, without judgment.
So, absolute legend. Oh, by the way,
You know what?
by the way, if you ever see the joke where they made fun of this in Scrubs, where they leave and they turn the light off and all the lights turn off. They made fun of it in Scrubs. That came from the Cheers finale, where Sam Malone, he looks up at the window and says, "Sorry, we're closed." Turned off the lights and the entire set turned off. And it's one of the best endings to a show ever. It really is one of the best endings. But anyway, that's that. Let's move on. Let's get to the wrestling side of things. Okay, so we have some negatives at the starter off first. Okay, I need to get a poll from the three of us. So Zoey Stark got hurt on Monday.
Yep.
I have the video.
That's a great piece of paper.
I have the video of the internet's being stupid tonight. So I have the video of the Zoey Stark injury. I'm going to ask a poll here. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
So it's one for no, one for yes. I'm saying no. Dad, do you want me to play it?
Yeah, you could. It's not horrific, but it's hard to watch.
It's pretty bad when it's in slow motion.
I have not seen it.
It's only 5 seconds, but here we go.
Oh, fuck! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh, it almost reminds me of the Sid Vicious injury.
I was literally about to say,
Mm-hmm.
Sid Vicious has a lot of words for that kind of injury.
So that happened live on Raw. It was in the middle of a triple threat match with Rhea Ripley and the returning Kairi Sane for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. You knew it was real because they didn't show a replay, and then they zoomed up to the Money in the Bank cases and then went to commercial immediately. And when we came back, she was gone. She was gone. So like,
it took two people to get her out.
Yeah, it was insane to watch live.
You could tell that the injury was legit, and it wasn't just her selling it, because her screams from that were just of pain, and she was able to roll herself to the edge of the ring where they helped her out, and she was, on the ground, and they were looking, and basically she got mad at herself because she knew that the knee that it was injured was the one that she just got surgically repaired.
It's the other one. It's actually the other one.
Oh, it is?
This is the other knee. This is the other knee.
Oh, my Lord.
As a cross-country runner, watching that hurt. Which knee was that?
I think it was the left knee.
The left knee?
Yeah. It
was.
The left knee? That hurts more? Because surprisingly, my left knee started hurting.
That's the one that hurt last year, right?
Majority of my cross-country, my first cross-country career. And oh my God, I just felt her pain in the matter of 2 seconds, but not as bad, but I still felt it.
So I don't know any other details. As of today,
it's better.
As of this recording, there's no details on surgery or anything, but obviously she's out for a while. It's at least a year.
Right.
There's no way she's going to be back anytime soon.
There's no.
That's absolutely
How on your notes says video if they want to see it.
Yes, I wrote in my notes, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I have not. I have.
And it was her normal move, the missile drop kick off the.
She literally slid.
She landed wrong. She just landed wrong.
Yeah,
No,
her the landing.
I can explain it better. Kairi was not used to her moveset, and she wasn't in the right spot, and Zoey just landed wrong. It was as simple as that.
The only thing that was happening was Zoey went for a drop down, go underneath where you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then Kairi didn't know what I don't think was used to it.
Yeah.
And then she landed wrong.
And it happened. It happened to everybody.
Because Zoey was trying to reposition for Kairi.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kairi didn't know what she was the move she was doing.
Exactly.
And Zoey pretty much
Kairi stopped short.
Pretty much for both of them. So she rather get hurt than Kairi, pretty much.
So from one story that you can relate to one that I can relate to, because this broke actually right after you guys were done on Friday last week. So I didn't even get to tell you guys to show it on the show. This happened right after you guys were done Friday. But literally right after you said the show's on the server. This is right after you messaged me the show was on the server. Jim Ross, this guy can't catch a break. He announced he's been diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second time he's had cancer in the last couple of years. First time with skin cancer.
Right.
Now with colon cancer. Goddamn.
This man cannot catch a break.
And keep in mind, he had two both about the palsy.
What's that?
It's why his face grew.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It's bad. So this is bad. It's one of those situations, especially at his age. I really hope he fights through it, but I know he's also older. But I get it. I understand this one. This is one of those. I can relate to this one. This one sucks.
I can relate to the leg. You can relate to this.
Those who don't know, that are new to the show, because I know we new people all the time. Last year I diagnosed with colon cancer. I am now cancer free. But that was just a situation where I understand. I've been there, so I get it. I hope he comes out all right on this one.
I think.
Yeah, JR posted that he would be having surgery. He just
literally posted why you guys were doing the show last week. I think.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Why
He told me the next day actually. What
it
happened.
popped up during the show when you guys were recording. I didn't know you guys were doing the
Yeah.
show. You guys messaged me. It must have happened while you were doing the show, because literally right after you guys messaged me, the show was up. I got the news. And literally right afterwards.
Yeah.
So like right before SmackDown. Right before SmackDown last week. I got the news. I didn't see SmackDown live. I had plans, but I did see the news. So like
So if you're wondering why Ian Riccaboni is coming in, that's the reason why.
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with it. The two don't have anything to do with each other. JR hasn't been on the commentary team outside of a couple of matches in like a year.
I was gonna say this for me, Jim Ross. I hope you get better soon.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
So
Definitely.
before we get back to the run sheet, there was breaking news earlier today. Broke earlier today, had to do with WrestleMania next year. When last we left you, WrestleMania.
Last time on the Generation Evolution.
Well, last time WrestleMania was announced for New Orleans. The second weekend of April. Well, that may not be happening as planned. As of this afternoon, WrestleNomics is reporting. WrestleNomics, very reliable source, by the way, is reporting that WrestleMania 42 will no longer be in New Orleans. No new location has been announced as of this moment. Who knows, by the time this airs, by the time tomorrow comes, the people listening to the show, it might have announced already, but this is breaking news today. So I don't know what's going on, but this is happening right now.
I'm confused.
Yeah, so apparently it came from the New Orleans board. So it's coming from New Orleans directly. So it's not like people are making this up. It's coming from
I'm
the board.
wondering if it is from all the storms they've happened over a short period of time, and they don't think they'll be able to recover to host WrestleMania.
I don't know. This is breaking news today, so I don't know any of the details. I just want to make sure I throw that out there for when we get to more news and you hear more about it. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there. Just broke today, so it was a big deal today. So it's all over the place. I just want to make sure we talk about it. So there you go. And I don't know what that thing was about. Oh, sorry. All right.
Well, good thing it wasn't on the actual thing.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Let's go back to some other news. This also broke right after you guys were done with the show last week. So, Darby Allin reported from Mount Everest. So this is a big deal. Let me get the photo up. I have a photo of Darby Allin at the top of Mount Everest with an AEW flag.
Yep.
Which one's Darby?
He where is it? I know he's
I think he's the one in the back.
Yeah, I think he's right in the back, right there.
Right in the back.
Yeah, right in the back, right behind the AEW flag. But yeah, he has reached the top of Mount Everest.
Woo!
He survived.
He's not dead.
He did. He put that directly. He's the one who put the picture up. So this came from Darby directly.
I'm gonna be honest. If anyone is crazy enough to climb Mount Everest, it's gonna be this motherfucker.
I look like he has a team, by the way, of crazies here.
you know what's funny? They're not as crazy. He's like, "I'll just do it." He's like, "Fuck it, whatever."
He put a video up last week of him skateboarding on Mount Everest. Last week.
And
I'm
just gonna comment on that same video. He looks so weird with a beard and no face paint.
Well, here, by the way, is the video also attached to this picture. It's on the top.
That looks so beautiful.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous shot. There was no audio for those listening. There was no audio.
I was about to ask, was there audio?
No, that's exactly how Darby posted it. So I'm just gonna go with what Darby posted.
And I'm gonna say
that's
so
breathtaking.
Literally.
Yeah, that's I've never seen that visual like that before. That was pretty cool. That's a really cool visual.
I mean, if you don't have the right, it really is breathtaking.
Yeah.
And now Darby can check that off on his bucket list.
Let's get back down the mountains. We can get back to the company now, please. I heard you.
Now he can finally skateboard down the mountain. He's crazy enough.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Give him the right equipment.
So, all right. Well, last week, you guys talked about the WWE 2K25 DLC, and by the time you heard the show, the celebrity wasn't announced. Correct? The celebrity was announced on SmackDown that night.
Correct.
Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers. Before I explain this, more question, any thoughts?
This is bullshit. First, we had football guys. Fine, Pat McAfee. We didn't need the whole fucking team.
That
We got
was
this
weird to me.
motherfucker.
Okay, Tyrese Halliburton's a lifetime wrestling fan, by the way. Apparently, he's a lifetime wrestling fan.
Okay, fine.
And him and who was it on the Knicks? They did that thing last year on SmackDown. But yeah, no. So Tyrese Halliburton is the special surprise celebrity.
I don't even know. I don't know what this.
I wasn't sure what you were gonna say either. I had it back. But one of those follow-up things from last week's show. You know what I mean? One of those follow-up things.
So are we?
It's pretty cool.
How can I say this? Do we expect any other celebrity athletes to come in like from soccer or baseball?
I doubt it.
Yeah, this is his department.
I doubt it. The closest thing we'll get is is he a basketball player?
He's currently in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks.
It's most likely going to be maybe a football player, basketball player, or
I just said that.
Or Travis Scott or Isho Speed or KSI is one of the celebrity, maybe a celebrity we'll get in the future.
Yeah,
I don't see.
I'd rather have Tyrese
I don't see
than
hockey
Travis
or
Scott.
baseball or anything.
Well, Travis Scott was at Wrestlemania. Tyrese Halliburton's the big. The problem is, here's the thing with Tyrese Halliburton and the NBA. I'm not an NBA person. I'm not. But again, I do know who Tyrese. Here's the thing with me. I don't follow the NBA that much, except for when I hear about the Knicks on WFAN. But I know who Tyrese Halliburton is. That's the problem. Like, I know who
I'm gonna
he
be honest.
is.
I didn't
Like,
know who the fuck this guy was.
well, he was on SmackDown last year, so like he was a part of
Also,
an angle last year.
I didn't know this downloaded, so my 2K updated, and I didn't know what it was for, and I was too lazy to look it up for the time, and now I finally figured out why.
Yeah, it broke during SmackDown. This actually happened. They announced it during SmackDown officially. So, actually, they announced it on SmackDown, and they actually had him on Raw on Monday. He was actually on Raw on Monday, and then he was also on the Raw recap show afterwards with Sam Roberts. So, all right, let's get back to a couple more news stories here. This is AEW related. So traditionally, All Out would take place Labor Day weekend. It was tradition every year, correct?
Correct.
You guys, correct? Not now. It is no longer on Labor Day weekend. It is going to be in Toronto on Saturday, September 20th.
Wait, question. Where was the WrestleMania supposed to be?
New Orleans. New Orleans.
There goes my joke. There goes my joke.
But this is the big deal. It's the first time All Out will not be on Labor Day weekend.
I was gonna say if it was in Toronto, WrestleMania switched because they want to be we're right next to AEW.
That would never happen. That's why we have so many shows this weekend.
No.
That's why we have so many shows this weekend. But but yeah, this is a big deal. I was surprised by this. I was kind of surprised by this move that they actually left Labor Day weekend. So,
wow.
So last week, by the way, so I gave you a lot of TV news last week because the upfronts were going on, and a lot of the stories I gave you last week were were TV related. Well, one more weird story broke. Dad, do you watch LFG?
Yes, I haven't finished watching it, but spoiler alert, I found out.
I already know who won. I watched NXT. I already know who won.
Yeah,
but it's pretty much a show like they're doing on A&E. So we show up-and-comers. They're going to be eventually on NXT. Well, A&E renewed the show. And nothing wrong with that. My issue with renewing the show is they renewed it for 6 more seasons.
and I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with you. I see an issue with this also because, okay, the first season was different, and I give them that, so they would do a second season. But to basically, for lack of a better term, string this out for 6 seasons.
The ratings that good for this show? Like, I don't know anybody that's watching it besides you. You're the first person that asked, "Are you watching the show?" and are actually watching the show. I don't know anybody else watching it.
Is LSG Legends and Future Great?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Yes,
Okay.
Legend and Future Greats.
Oh, is it that green brand thing?
Yeah, it's over on A&E. We see a lot on Raw, but they're actually
that.
they're associated with NXT. They're really associated with NXT. Undertaker and Bubba Ray are on it, and
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
Mickey James, right?
Yeah.
Punk was on it
Yeah.
for that one.
But the actual, but like Gunther was on that show at the guest, that kind of stuff.
CM Punk was on there as a guest.
That's what CJ just said.
Yeah. My thing is, I would hope that they would have different legends on for each different season and not have the same coaches and legends that they had the first season.
See, ironically, you're the only person that I've heard say that. You're the only person that I've heard say that because people are actually really pissed that Mickey James is not going to be on next season. People are really pissed about that. So,
well, you know who they're probably going to bring in? Michelle McCool.
I know, unfortunately.
Boo.
So, all right, one more thing.
This is how Michelle McCool feels.
I thought you did it on purpose.
No,
I thought you did it on purpose.
Where's the fucking one? There it is.
Okay.
It was right next.
Wrong button.
Actually, you know what it was? The button he was looking for was right next to that button. That's what it was.
I owe 9277.
So anyway,
what does that even stand for?
I don't know. But anyway, so I don't know if anyone knows about this story. We never talked about it over on the Blake and Style show, but there's some internet issues that were happening. There's nothing to do with us. The internet's being stupid. But I'm not sure if anyone really knows about this story. But there's been okay. There's been an update in the Ted DiBiase welfare
Junior.
No, that's actually important why I said it that way.
Okay.
There's a reason I said it that way. Ted DiBiase welfare story. So the DiBiase family has been dealing with this for the last couple of years. Brett DiBiase actually said it was he actually pleaded guilty. Ted DiBiase paid and got out of this. So Ted DiBiase Jr., his son, is still dealing with this. For wrestling fans, I remember Ted DiBiase Jr., he actually at one time was tagging with Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And so
in one of the greatest title changes of all time.
I know, it was Hardcore Holly.
That was one of the greatest title changes.
Well, this broke yesterday. And it's actually pretty funny because over on the Attitude Era podcast, they were just literally they recorded their show yesterday and this broke right before they recorded the show. That was pretty funny timing for them. But it looks like Ted DiBiase Jr. is going to be facing 45 years in prison because he's currently going to be facing trial this summer for stealing millions in welfare funds
and millions.
But like this is crazy news. It's absolutely nuts.
And the thing,
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You're fine.
I looked over and I looked for context. Everyone, before the show, if I get down here soon enough, I look over to see what's on the
especially the news section.
The news section. There's like the look over and see what's on there right now. I see this at the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I read that right?
Nope, you read it right. You read it right.
And I'm like, what?
well,
so
when Ted Jr. Came out, I know, didn't they want to make him originally part of a legacy?
He was part of legacy. He was
right.
part of legacy.
He's got a legacy now.
I literally said that.
Right.
That's why I made the joke.
In the introduction, I literally said that.
And that's why I made the joke in the first place.
And then
there's a couple hearing aids. I think what's going on tonight.
There's a little bit of a
turn up the hearing aids, please.
What? Yeah. There's a little bit of a gap from what I'm.
The light.
Never do that emotion ever again. Never do that again.
All right, for real. We have 3 shows that you guys can mess around another night. We have 3 shows to get through. Let's move on. So here we go. So we just did a TNA show like 2 weeks ago, but now we have Under Siege taking place from Ontario, Canada, and there's a couple of things having to do with this thing. We'll go through the show real fast. We're not going to go full details here, but there are some stuff that's important going on. First of all, Mike Santana, for some reason, is facing AJ Francis. By the record, I didn't see Impact this week because I was obviously in New York. So I don't know why this match was made, but it's happening. There's no reason Mike Santana's going to lose this match because I feel he's going to be champion by the end of the summer. So
yeah, Mike Santana's winning.
Eddie Edwards is facing Cody Deaner. Cody Deaner, if he wins, he will get a new TNA contract.
A new?
His contract apparently expires soon. It's part of the storyline. And he's this match is happening 25 minutes away from his hometown. So his family is going to be in attendance. I'll be surprised if Cody doesn't win this match, but it's also the system involved, so who knows?
The child gets in the ring. No.
In a match I did not ever expect, Tessa Blanchard is facing Ariana Grace in a one-on-one match
with Robert Stone and
oh yeah, well, I was explaining all that. For those who aren't watching TNA, NXT's Robert Stone is currently part of the board of directors on TNA programming and watching over Santino, who is the actual director of authority. It's just a stupid storyline. Because Robert Stone is being a mega heel, but over on Evolve, he's a face commentator. Don't explain this to me. Then again, Lucha Rufino was killed off of NXT, but he's wrestling on Evolve. Somebody explain that one to me. But anyway,
here, I can explain it to you perfectly.
Wrestling. Anyway, Tessa had Robert Stone in her corner. Ariana Grace has Santino Marella in her corner. They still haven't talked. They don't talk about the fact that Santino's her dad, but we all know. Tessa's got to win this match because she lost last show. So I don't like Tessa, but she's going to win this match.
Squash match?
I don't think it's going to be a squash match, but it's going to be this. Steve Maclin's defending the International Championship against Matt Cardona. This match doesn't happen because Matt Cardona won a match on Impact 2 weeks ago. And they really wanted to make this match, this title into a big deal, which is fine. I have no problem with this because it's making the title actually kind of important because they're having cool matches for it. Zero problem is there's no chance of title change. Ash and Heather by Elegance are facing off against Spitfire for the tag team championships again. Can we please get some new tag teams in TNA? I am sick of these two teams feuding. I am so sick of these two teams. These two have been feuding for 5 months. I am so sick of these two feuding. Holy shit, I'm sick and tired of this.
This is a great match. Like, I'm so excited for. I don't even watch TNA. Why am I making this fucking joke?
I'm just saying,
I don't even watch TNA. I broke it.
I looked forward to this match 4 months ago. I don't care anymore. I am so done with this match.
It's Spitfire and what's the other one?
It's Ash and Heather Belair, who are the tag champions, facing Spitfire. Ash and Heather beat Spitfire for the titles 4 months ago.
Please get some new fucking teams in here.
The problem was they had the Meta Girls and one of them got released. Which
one got released?
Jakara Jackson got released, and then what was the other team they were facing? They all got released. So like everyone got released. So like everyone involved got released on the NXT side. So they don't have anyone else right now. So yeah, I just wanted to
literally every tag team, every female tag team, half of them got released
by the NXT on the NXT side. So
legitimately, you broke up half the team.
But the problem is, TNA shouldn't have to rely on NXT people to make your tag division, though. So
no, but I'm just saying, it just, oh my God.
Speaking of bizarre tag team division situations.
Oh, yeah.
So the last we left you, the Nemesis beat the Hardys for the tag team championships. And this one wanted to kill me because Ryan Nemeth did get the pinfall. He really wanted to kill me because I got it right. But
I didn't want to kill you. I was just like, the crowd wanted to kill you.
So here's the problem. Where did I say this show was?
Oh, Canada.
It's in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Jeff Hardy can't go into Canada because of legal issues. He's not allowed into Canada because of all the legal problems he's been having. But at least they cover it. They literally said that on the air. Normally, when they go to Canada, they write him out with an injury angle or something, and they don't talk about it. They literally said on the air that Jeff Hardy cannot go into Canada because of legal problems. They literally blatantly said that 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I respect it. I respect that. They're not like
they didn't hide from it.
They didn't hide it. They
right.
didn't like, oh, he's injured or he can't do something. No, they blatantly said why he can't, which I have to respect that.
So here's the match instead, because Matt Hardy would love to pick his own partner to replace Jeff, who cannot go into Canada. So it's the Nemesis brothers defending the tag team championships against Matt Hardy and Leon Slater. There is no chance in hell they're taking the belt off the Nemesis.
Right Jeff Hardy says he can't enter Canada. That's literally what it says. It's Nemesis versus Matt Hardy and Leon Slater, replacing Jeff Hardy since he can't enter Canada. It's just how it says. My dumbass when I first looked at it, I thought it was a tag, like a triple threat tag. It was the Nemesis versus Matt Hardy versus Canada Jeff Hardy.
Are we going back to the Team Canada? We're going back to Team Canada thing. Is that it?
The entire state of Canada and Jeff Hardy versus everyone.
It's not a state, it's a country.
Let's move on, please. Don't ever joke that Canada's a state ever again, please.
I know. I didn't even realize it was a state.
It's not. It's a country.
State. It's not.
Canada's a country.
There
Don't
you go.
joke about that.
I wasn't trying to joke. I just said it.
I'm just saying it's too serious of a comment to make.
Okay.
Don't joke about that.
Let me rephrase my comment then. It's the entire country of Canada and Jeff Hardy versus 4 other people. There you go. Please don't get mad at me.
Please move on, please. I have 2 more matches I want to get through real fast.
Okay.
For some reason, this match is happening. Flame Robert Stone for this one. Masha Slamovich defending the World Knockouts Tag Team Championship against Victoria Crawford, who you know better as Alicia Fox.
Why?
No idea why. Nobody knows why, and nobody cares. And they take these belts off Masha. I'm going to be really pissed off. I may actually take a couple weeks off the show if they take the belt off Masha and put on Victoria Crawford after she beat Tessa. Like, I'm going to be very pissed if this happens. And I love the fact that TNA has a main event match that is setting up an NXT PLE. Because Joe Hendry and Elijah are tagging together against Trick Williams and Frankie Kazarian.
Wow. Just wow.
So
this is
his name and he appears.
So that's
I thought it was amen. Wait again.
Say his name and he appears.
I didn't hear the say his name, so I heard amen and he appears. I'm like, Jesus.
Anyway.
Yeah, Jesus is a wrestling fan, yes.
This match is stupid. This is setting up Sunday's show, which we'll get to in a little bit. Oh my God, everyone's losing it tonight.
Today was Wednesday.
My thing is, I don't think Trick and Frankie have ever tagged before.
Trick has never been in this company practically. Why would they have tagged before?
he was Carmelo Hayes' sidekick. He wasn't here.
So let's move on to Saturday. Let's go to Saturday. WWE Saturday's main event. By the way, so I'm looking up Saturday's main event for the card just so I have the whole card in front of me, right? And on Wikipedia, they still have they have it numbered from all the way back in the 80s with WrestleMania, with the Saturday's main event. And this is the 49th for WrestleMania Saturday's main event of all time. This is the 49th of all time.
Fuck.
The next one that's happening in July is the 50th one, the one in July. So the night of All In, they're doing Saturday's main event. All In's in the afternoon though, so it's not going to conflict with anything. But anyway, 4-match show. We'll go through it real fast. We have a steel cage match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Hopefully this is the last time we have a match between these two. Why does Drew have to end his feud in steel cage matches all the time? I have no idea.
It was either Hell in a Cell or steel cage.
So,
and hopefully Damian Priest is going to be wearing a mouth guard.
Is Priest winning this one?
I have to say, yeah.
Storyline, yes.
Hopefully the match is not like 2 minutes.
I'm torn on this one. It's not going to be 2 minutes. It's a cage match. The cage is going to take 2 minutes to get down.
They start.
Well, notice they only have 4 matches because this cage match is on here. Notice they only have 4 matches.
They're going to start brawling while the cage is coming down. Exactly what's going to happen.
That's not how it works. You know that. Actually, I would not be shocked if Drew wins this. I think Drew needs to win. Drew needs to win badly. So I wouldn't be shocked if Drew won this match, honestly.
I think what it comes down to is who needs time off to heal from their injuries.
I don't think anyone needs time off.
Yes.
Priest barely wrestles lately. So, all right.
The sad part is that's actually true.
This next match is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for this. It is CM Punk tagging with Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
And when I first read this, I thought this was in the steel cage.
Okay. I want to make a note of something. The red sheet is right here. It is sectioned off by bullet points. By literal bullet points. And I zoomed in on the red sheet to make it easier to read because he has glasses on. I do that all the time because he has glasses on. In no way is the steel cage match near this match on the run sheet.
All I can say is our children learning?
I cannot tonight with you. Like, I can't with you tonight. Like, holy shit.
Do
Anywho,
you need different glasses to read this better, or what?
This match, please, guys. We have things to do tonight. Anyway, this match. This is the weird one for me because Seth and Braun can't lose, but Punk and Sammy shouldn't.
I'm gonna go with Seth Breaker. I mean,
Seth and Braun. You're fine. You're fine.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Seth Breaker and Braun Rollins.
I think you need to sleep more. I think you need to sleep more.
Yeah.
And then Zayn and Sammy Punk.
Anyway,
I think my thing is, I think Punk and Sammy are gonna win, but Seth and Braun are gonna leave him laying in the ring afterwards.
oh my lord.
With Heyman Paul. Woo!
Well, Paul, to his credit, did interfere in the match on Monday, which I thought was pretty crazy.
Would his name be Hey Paulman?
Hey, we just stop doing that right now. Anyway, I'm going to actually. I think Seth and Braun are going to win the thing, but
Yeah.
the way they've been doing finishes lately, I can see this match being a DQ because it is had a main event to be very traditional for that to happen.
Or
the one thing I don't want to see happen is Sammy turn on Punk and turn heel.
Yeah, no.
That's the one thing I don't want to see happen. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Or I could see this as like Braun and Seth cheat to win.
Also true.
Because it would also protect Sammy and Punk.
Very, very true. Having Paul out there helps us.
Yep, like either like distraction or like a chair, and then that could protect Punk and Sammy, so it shows that they didn't lose easily, but also shows that Seth and Braun will not fuck around.
Perfect.
There you go. Answers all the questions right there.
Perfect. All right.
Everyone wins in the end.
Moving on. This is not a championship match. This is a singles non-title match.
This
I
is
feel
my
like
favorite match of the night.
I feel like we're wasting a match on this one. It should be a title match, but it's not. But it is WWE Champion John Cena taking on R-Truth. R-Truth facing his childhood hero John Cena.
R-Truth is gonna win.
That's funny. No, dead serious right now.
Okay.
R-Truth could probably win by DQ. I'm dead serious. Like, I can see R-Truth winning by DQ. I can see him surprising Cena and getting the pin. I can see weird shit happening in this match. Cena gets cocky and thinks that R-Truth is nothing, and he forgets that R-Truth has 25 years of experience and can pin him easily.
Jesus Christ, I forgot he was. Fuck.
All seriousness, R-Truth has been wrestling since the 90s.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking age.
So and he looks better now than he did then.
No.
The whole premise with this.
I'm sorry.
The whole premise with this
same thing about
is R-Truth is trying to get the good John Cena to come back.
Yeah, whatever. Just not being a title match just makes it weirder. Actually, not being a title match actually makes it less more predictable, unpredictable. Actually, because I don't know what they're going to do. But personally, I would have R-Truth win as a surprise.
You know what? If this
For
was
no reason whatsoever, just to say they did it.
if this was the title match, I'd see R-Truth becoming the new WWE champion.
I wouldn't go that far.
Actually, what I like to see is R-Truth put John Cena through a table.
That would be that's the other thing you could do. And you don't have that finish.
No. Let me add into that. R-Truth AAs John Cena through the table.
Why not? That's what Cena did. R-Truth. It makes sense. It
There
does
you
make
go.
sense.
R-Truth puts him in the STFU. 5-knuckle shuffle. No.
That will happen. You know that will happen.
R-Truth
Yeah.
will do the whole, like not just towards the crowd, to John Cena, and then hit the 5-knuckle
You
shuffle.
know that's going to happen. You know that is. All right. Main event of this show. It is the World Heavyweight Championship. It is Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. The winner faces Gunther in 3 weeks.
I think it's 2. I think it's 2 now.
It's the Monday after Money. It's the Monday after Money Night. I can't believe the rate a couple weeks away.
Last week was 3. Now it's 2 weeks. I'm
Yeah.
very
So
sure.
this is happening. I know you guys were going nuts last week about Logan Paul, and it was a great clip last week. But I'm gonna say right now, this match is literally here to have Jey retain the title.
Yeah.
And then Gunther come out, and then the last visual of the show is Jey holding up the belt and Gunther standing up on an NBC stage on Saturday. That's all this is here for.
It's literally to set up Jay and
Gunther
one last time.
Exactly. And they hype it up, and literally on the bottom of the screen, you'll say June 7th on Netflix, this match is happening.
Also, I cannot believe that Gunther has beat Jey Uso 3 different times.
3 different times in a row.
And
that was
Jay,
the big storyline going into Mania.
And Jay has only beat him once now.
Well, he's only faced him once. He's only faced him once. This is the rematch for Mania.
So if Jay is going to win,
obviously,
it's going to be 2v3. Best out of 7.
No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Let
me say something here. Let me say something here. Let me say something.
Okay.
You didn't live through best of 7 series. You didn't watch them live. They suck. They suck. In wrestling, they tried it. They suck. They're boring. By the end of it all, they're boring. The only reason the last one was entertaining, I think it was Benoit versus Booker the second time around, is because Benoit got hurt, and they had to one of them got hurt, and they had to replace him with Randy Orton. So the match is actually got a little better because it was somebody different. No, I can't do that again. They even tried it with John Cena and Booker T, best of 5.
I actually remember that,
and I was there for match 5. I was actually there in person for match 5 at No Mercy 2004. I was there for that, but still, like, those series don't work. They don't work. They don't. So, 2 out of 3 falls match, that I'm all for. But a best of 7 match, no, don't do it anymore.
Iron Man?
Maybe 30 minutes. Don't do an hour. Do 30 minutes. That's fine.
Solid 30 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, don't be like the Seth Rollins, the Dolph Ziggler one, where they start counting down like it's a fucking Rumble.
Actually, you want to see a great 60-minute Iron Man match. Dead serious. It was on SmackDown. It happened. It was Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle on SmackDown. 1 solid hour. That was fantastic. And the best part was they played with all the rules of like countouts, the DQs. And it was such a well done match. And there was a title change and everything. It was a well done hour on SmackDown because that's when Raw and SmackDown made pay-per-views on their own. And it was a Raw pay-per-view weekend. So SmackDown had a massive main event, and that was the main event. It was fantastic. So if you want to see a legitimately great 60-minute Iron Man match, don't watch Cena Orton. Don't watch that.
So in that words, do not watch.
Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, so Sunday night, it's a little thing on Sunday night. We'll talk about this more on Sunday when we preview AEW Over Nothing. But here's the plan on this house. I don't know what you're doing, Dan. I know what me and Mandy are doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching NXT live, and we're going to watch Double or Nothing on Monday morning. But I don't think it's 2 in the morning to watch both shows. Someone just choked on his water next to me, by the way. But are you okay? You're having problems today. You're not having problems tonight. NXT Battleground is happening in Tampa. By the way, we always talk about and we always make fun of AEW attendance stuff, right? We would make fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
NXT was supposed to take place in Tampa on Tuesday as part of this whole and WWE taking over Tampa thing this weekend going on.
Yeah.
Sales were so low they canceled the show and moved out to the Performance Center.
Oh.
They actually announced that on NXT this week. They didn't say that part of it, but during Raw, the news came out that apparently the tickets were so low that they just canceled the show, refunded anyone who bought the tickets, and they moved the show back to their Performance Center.
That is like
so like
sad.
that doesn't happen in NXT or WWE very often. So we always make fun of the AEW for it. So I wanted to make sure it does happen to NXT as well. So there you go.
WWE in general.
Well, WWE doesn't happen very often, but for NXT, this is the big deal. So, moving on, let's go through this card. It's not bad. This is actually a good card. I'm actually looking forward to the show a lot. First of all, we have the Culling, Brooke Jensen, Nico Vance, and Sean Spears with Izzy Dane taking on the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Hank and Tank, and Josh Briggs, who's currently pining over yours. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. The Japanese guy who was hanging out with for the last few months.
What happened to him?
What's his name? Anyone know his name?
I know.
Yuri something. Uemura?
Yeah.
Uemura. Currently pining over Uemura, who went back to Japan. So,
Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs.
See, I'm intrigued by this. If Uemura makes a surprise appearance, they're winning. I think the Culling's going to win this match, though, because they need wins. They don't win much.
They don't. No, they don't. Ever since I'm gonna say it. Ever since Sean Spears lost.
Yep.
The what is it? The North
American
American title?
Championship. Yeah.
They've been on the worst losing streak I've seen a team in a minute.
Yeah. So, Dad, what do you think?
I think the culling needs to rebound here and get a win over this. It wouldn't surprise me if they do something with Izzy Dame that's going to basically cause them to get the victory.
And that would also make the other three look good as well. That's the thing with interferences. They will not be a clean win, and you can always that helps to protect the other people who lose.
I agree. 100%. I agree with that. 100%.
That's what I always thing about me is what I love about finishes where they want to make the one people or team to look strong still, but also lose at the same time. Interference or cheating or the ref is down or something to make it a one-sided battle or have someone on the outside, a one-sided battle that would still make the good side look strong, but will lose without any repercussions.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that.
There you go.
Well done. That was well done. That was well put. Well put.
That's also from my experience with 2K because I do career stuff and that's what I do. And when it comes to real life, I just love when that happens because it makes everyone look good in the end.
And it's good for heels. It's good for heel logic.
All right.
Look, and like you said, it's great for heels and it just works perfectly.
So, all right. We'll move on. This match I'm actually really excited for, especially after the promo on Tuesday. Tony D'Angelo taking on Channing Stank Lorenzo. I hope Tony comes out with there's Rizzo because I miss her. But I know they're putting her in hiding for storyline reasons.
Mm-hmm.
She can come out and help.
Great. I miss her. But by the way, can I give Riz some credit that she has not posted on social media since they put her in hiding for the storyline? She has not posted on social media since. I give her all the credit in the world for staying kayfabe mobile on her social media account. At least on Instagram. I don't know about the other ones. I only follow on Instagram. But I give her credit for that.
This match right here, one half's for the family, one half's not for the family.
Here's my problem with this. This should be a stipulation on this match.
Yeah.
This should be no DQ. This should be a grudge match.
No, you know what this should this should be? A lead pipe match.
Something like that. But just do a no DQ match, you can use a lead pipe in the match. Like
that is the weapon they use, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was trying to make a joke.
You're right. You got it right. So I didn't stop. That's why I didn't correct you. But
I don't know if there's like a certain name.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. But actually, here's the thing. Because there's no stipulation, and because I feel this feud's going to go on for a while, I can see Stacks winning the first match. Honestly.
And then either who the fuck is Chax?
Who? What?
Somebody needs to sleep, I think.
Someone needs new glasses.
No, he's just talking weird today.
I see Channing Stacks winning this, and then the next match, maybe Tony wins, and then the last one could decide it.
See, this is the situation. You have to have maybe you have Lucas Bruno come back from the dead and interfere. Everyone thinks he's dead, but really he's just aligned now with Stacks.
It was a fake death.
Where's Two Dimes? Where's he at?
Where's Two Dimes? He's trying to find Two Dimes. That's where he's at.
So Two Dimes actually was killed off.
Oh God!
You know that? You should know that.
What happened in the parking lot? What the fuck?
No, they threw him in the river. They literally threw Two Dimes in the river. He got released.
That one?
He got released from the company, so his storyline they actually threw him in the river.
Threw him in the river.
Didn't they kill off Drew Gulak?
Yes, no, that wasn't them. That was OTM. That was OTM.
Yeah. What the fuck happens in that parking lot?
Well, the parking lot. Actually, it's the
okay.
Bank.
Better question. What the fuck happens down in NXT? What the Blue House? They
killing
people off now?
I got a better question for you. Why is the safe house that Tony doesn't put Riz in literally 5 minutes away from the NXT arena? Like, why is that a thing?
No, you wanna know why? It's actually underground.
I just thought it was funny.
And then Zordon comes out.
I thought it was funny as hell.
We got the family with attitude. The
fucking
Morphin Italian Ranger.
Okay, so I don't think that ever get a pick. Who's winning this thing then?
I gotta go with Tony. My thing is though as far as storyline goes, I mean, I'm hearing that Tony may be the next one to get called up, so I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think he is.
I don't think it's time yet.
But
we have Tony, Lorenzo, and Chax D'Angelo.
the fuck is wrong with you today? Seriously.
Can I just say yes?
Is this, will the storyline basically put it to where it's going to end up being in the cage for both of them?
I hope so. All right, move on. We have 3 more matches.
Can we have the Ambrose Asylum for them?
No,
With
that's not a thing.
just lead
That's not a thing.
pipes?
That's not a thing anymore.
Okay,
And
fine.
technically, that was also Raven's house. That's all that was too. So
Fine. We have it the family house. Yes.
okay, let's move on.
Ooh,
Let's move on.
wait, okay. No. This
Please
is
move on.
last thing. They brawl in the safe house.
We're already going along. Let's continue, please. The Women's North American Championship match. There is no reason for this match to be on here except they wanted. The only reason this match is on here is because they need to pad this show because they're going up to AEW. There is no reason for this match to be on here. This match should main event an NXT broadcast, not be on this show. But it is. It is the NXT Women's North American Championship. It is still Ruka defending against Kalani Jordan.
Which how Soruka won the title is Jesus Christ. You get a soul snatcher. You get a soul snatcher. You get a snow. Everybody gets a snow snatcher.
Well, I'm assuming Soul's going to win. But I here's what I think is going to happen. Zarya is going to turn on Soul after retaining the title. That's what I think is going to happen. And then we'll have Soul versus Zarya at the next NXT Big Show.
Well, what's their tag name?
They don't have a tag name officially.
What is Soruka called, both of them?
I don't remember. I don't remember at all, honestly. I don't have it written down anywhere. But so any other thoughts on this, Dad?
No, I totally agree that I think that Zarya is going to turn on her and get her match, and Zarya is going to end up winning the belt.
Yeah, I almost feel bad for Zarya. She's the only one of the big, by the way, they totally retconned her out of being one of the big free agent signings on Tuesday's show.
Yes, I noticed that.
During Jordynne Grace's promo, they totally retconned her out.
Yep.
I was like, oh my Lord, I can't believe they did that. So
what's the retcon mean?
They rewrote it. They do that in comics a lot, where they retcon something.
Yeah.
They go back. It's like if you change someone's history. They do that in the comics a lot.
Because
they actually get away with it in the DC universe because of they use the Flash to go back and change something, and then you want to retcon something. In Marvel, a lot of times they do it. They just change shit, and that's retconning.
So did they cut her out the promo?
What they did was Jordynne Grace did a promo hyping up the main event where we get to it in a little while, but she goes and says, "I was one of the 3 big free agent signings this time with this company."
Yeah.
Originally, Zarya was one of the big free agent signings.
Correct.
Because it was Stephanie, Julia, and Zarya.
Right.
They retconned it, and now it is Stephanie, Julia, and Jordan. After they did on Tuesday.
Yep. Exactly.
Oof.
It's like who's the odd person out? Zarya.
So hopefully she gets a title match against Soul. I think that'd be a great match too. But yeah, let's move on.
Give Zarya something, please.
Let's move on.
She had the biggest push as soon as she came in, and then not even a month later, she's like done.
Okay, I'm gonna go different order than I have on the run sheet. I have a feeling this is gonna be the order we have the matches, so I'm gonna go in that order instead. Okay. NXT Championship. Oba Femi, who is defending against Miles Bourne, who won that Battle Royal, and they're doing this whole thing where he wants to be known for his wrestling skills, not his disability, which I love that.
He's
deaf.
Okay,
he's legally deaf.
He's legally deaf. Okay.
Legally deaf, and you can tell you're not hiding from it. That he's doing promos with his list. It's actually really cool, and you can hear it in his voice. There's definitely something wrong, and I give him credit for not hiding from it. I love the fact they're not hiding from it.
Again, another thing I love. People just go with it.
I love it. They're making a big part of the storyline.
He's part of the No Quarter
Cash Crew. And also the fact that they threw out the whole thing that Charlie Dempsey wanted to play in his match. That they threw that out because it was stupid. They threw that out, and now it's not a boring story. I love the fact they did that. And also, they had him defend his number contendership match, against Ethan Page, and beat Ethan Page to even more qualify for this match. But I love that they did that too.
He solidified his qualifying.
I love that they did that
his
too.
qualification. He solidified that bit.
Unfortunately, he has no chance of beating Oba Femi. No chance in hell.
Well,
no. Wait, actually, there's one.
I
kind of
have to kind of go with the new blood took out Obafemi. So my thing is, it's possible that Miles Bourne could actually come with the championship.
I doubt it.
I'm gonna say this. Miles Bourne's got one advantage. He can't get bell clapped.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! You pause for that joke.
But
moving on.
No, you know what? He can get caught from a high flying move into a power bomb. That's how the match is gonna finish. Or Oba's gonna go for a bell clap, and then that's just gonna be the match.
Moving on with 2 more matches. Okay, this is a match I never thought I'd ever say in my life. On an NXT PLA. It is the TNA World Championship. I did not believe I just said that. Joe Hendry defending against Trick Williams. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go first because I have a theory how this is going to go.
It's just a theory.
But then, Christian, you first.
I'm going to go with the man. We should not say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
I just like how you keep on
Every time.
Actually, one more time.
No, it's a different screen. It's a different screen.
Say his name and he appears.
It is funny.
Can we just get a compilation?
That is very funny.
Around?
That is very funny.
But no, we don't talk about Hendry. No,
so you think he's going to win
we say he's going to win, and the only way he's going to win is Trick is going to say his name, and that's going to be the entire match.
Okay.
But no, Joe Hendry's going to complete. It's going to be a good match, but Joe Hendry's going to win.
Okay. That.
I don't see Joe Hendry losing, but I see Trick trying very hard to come off to get the belt, but just doesn't quite grasp it. And I don't know if this is going to set up something for Trick down the road where they're looking at him for other things. But we'll see what happens.
All right. So after we were talking about Under Siege, I said that Mike Santana is going to be champion down the road. I said that, right?
Yes.
Mike Santana, I think, is going to win the title in New York. It's my anniversary. But I don't think he's beating Joe Hendry for the belt.
Mike Santana is from New York, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think he's beating Joe Hendry for the belt, though. I think he's beating Trick Williams. I think they're going to do the first ever WWE wrestler to be a TNA wrestler for a championship here.
On the opposite company, too.
Yeah, but it's going to be a big surprise. And they're going to have Trick win the title, be the uber heel over on TNA, and have Mike Santana, the mega #1 babyface over there now, beat Trick for the title in New York at the anniversary. That's what I think is going to happen. If I'm wrong, I want to be wrong on this one, but I have a weird feeling that's what's going to happen.
And to be honest, that right there is a great way to see it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't want Santana to beat Joe Hendry. I don't want it to happen. So,
do you see this being a clean win or some interference?
No cheating. A lot of cheating. A lot of stuff going on. There's no way in hell.
A lot of boom, bam, bop shenanigans.
But that's what I feel what's going to happen in this match.
Boom, bam, bop shenanigans. Woohoo!
Sure. So, all right.
Who the hell is Bop Shenanigans?
No, it's a boom, bam, bop shenanigans. Woohoo!
Thank you. All right.
So in the match that I think is the main event of the show, it should be the main event of the show. Stephanie Vaquer. What are you doing? I'm trying to fucking fix my mic. And Stephanie Vaquer will be defending the NXT Women's Championship against Jordynne Grace. This should be the main event of the show. They treated it like it should be the main event of the show. I was surprised if it's not. I'm torn. I am very torn here. I don't want Stephanie to lose the title. I don't even think she should get called up. But also, I think Jordynne's won the title. So I'm very torn here. I would love them to have a feud with the title go back and forth. They don't do that in NXT very often. I'd love for that to happen.
When was the last time they did something like that?
Shinsuke and Samoa Joe. And the only reason they did that was because they wanted Shinsuke to win the title in Japan.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they did that. But I think I'm going to go with Jordynne Grace to win in the main event of this show, and then Stephanie wins the belt back at the next big show. It's tough, isn't it? It's a tough one.
I'm gonna go with. I want Stephanie to win, but I'm gonna agree with you as well.
Okay, fair enough. Now, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Jordynne as well, because I think Stephanie can afford to lose the belt, and then later down she can win the belt back, and that by that time she'll probably get called up to the main roster.
Just don't do whatever the hell they're doing with Julia, where it's like, come on, Nicole. Oh, she's now on the SmackDown roster. That's literally what happened on Friday. That's literally what they did.
Her and
the only good thing about the whole Julia thing, and Lee, she's automatically being thrown into a feud with like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte immediately, and Charlotte's away from the title now. That's the only thing I don't mind. Like I always say, Charlotte is a good wrestler. She should be in feuds with top stars. Having her and Julia is a great idea. But not
top stars that aren't fucking champions.
Exactly. 100%.
Well, look, they did the same thing with Raw with Roxanne Perez.
It was hitting on Dom. That's what happened on Monday. Roxanne was hitting on Dom.
There you go.
No, she actually offered him chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I know.
To a bag of apples.
Oh,
that actually happened.
The box of chicken nuggets.
She's the newest member of the Judgment Day.
No, she's not.
No. Vin is trying to present that to her to be a bodyguard for the tag team champions.
Yep. So, all right, let's finish up here. So, normally this is where we go to the question of the week, but I'm just going to apologize to both of you because of how late the show went up. I never had a chance to truly promote the question of the week last week.
Okay.
We're just going to do it again. We're just going to do last week's question
again
under full promotion because obviously I was out of town all weekend. I didn't have a chance to do our full promotion that I normally do for this. So,
and no worries.
Christian, why don't you read the question of the week? You read on last week's show.
Favorite big word to use when you really want to sound smart?
Yes.
And my word is mischievous.
Which is a good word.
Or if you want supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It's actually in the song. It's actually in the Broadway version of the song. You can spell it.
That's beautiful.
But no, ambidextrous is a good word for you.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It means you're both right and left-handed.
That's true.
Serious. That is the meaning of ambidextrous. You can be right and left-handed. So there you go. So I'll put that up on all the platforms. You can tell everyone what your big word you make people. You say it makes people feel smart.
I'm gonna say this right now. Nothing that we said is honest toilet paper.
No.
Unsubstantiated.
Another good
Bless
word.
you.
Another good word. Another good one. Another good one. I like that one. So we are going to close out today's show with one more Cheers thing because I wanted a reason to play this song.
Making your way in the world.
Of course, this is the Cheers theme.
I thought that was about to say making my way downtown.
So this is where everyone knows your name. This is Gary Portnoy. This actually was a #1 song on the Billboard charts when Cheers was on TV. That's how big of a deal Cheers was. This is a big deal song. So, by the way, back to what I was saying about Cheers compared to Friends and Big Bang Theory. The Friends theme and the Big Bang Theory songs were also top of the charts. So that's the comparison thing. So both all real songs. So the Rembrandts, the Trends, and Big Bang Theory had Bare Ladies. So anyway, this plays in the background. Lovely plays in the background. Where is the graphic for next week's show? I don't have it up here. I thought I had it up here. So okay, I'll let Dad do his thing first.
All right. Like the show and comment on YouTube or Spotify, and follow the show on all platform shows at Generation Evolution 00. You can also scan the QR code for more information.
By the way,
why did you say that?
If you scan the QR code, you can see the updated link tree I made. It's actually really nice.
It's beautiful.
Design. It's really nice design. So we're doing that right now. Christian, go ahead.
Fuck. Shit, it was ready. Follow me on the Villain Zane Riley on YouTube at the Villain Zane 627. I'll be streaming actually after this, so please stop by. It's gonna be some Marvel Rivals content, so please stop by. It's gonna be fun, and just hope you join.
I'm just dancing up here.
This man's having the time of his life.
I really am. But I can't find the graphic. I'll put it up in post. I got to edit the show anyway. On Sunday, me and Christian will be here to do a pro preview of AEW Double or Nothing. If anything major happens on the weekend, we'll bring it up on Sunday's show. So there you go. And next week we'll be here to look at everything because next week we'll pretty much recap everything that happened because there's going to be a lot of wrestling to talk about next week and do another breaking news happens between now and next week. So let's get out of here. Till next week. I'm Blake.
I'm Christian.
I'm Mark. And hey, have a happy Memorial Day weekend and be safe and come back in one piece. That's all I have to say.
You've been tuned in to the Generation Evolution. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. See you. Love you guys.
Thank you so very much. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.